who's 50 years old. Let's go to Deborah Farrick. She's working the story for us. What are we picking up, Deb?
Well, here's what we can tell you. This is what's being reported by KTLA. Apparently, Michael Jackson.
Even though Michael Jackson was recorded as dead in 2009, there were still a lot of questions. His friends started to think that he was still alive because these questions were not answered. The fans who think he's dead can't answer these. A family friend of Michael Jackson made a claim that was written up on news sites in January 2009. The claim said that Michael only had 6 months to live. In fact, Michael did die exactly 6 months after that. What made a family friend say that Michael only had 6 months to live? Why did it really happen? Did this person know about Michael's fake plan to die? As soon as this claim came out, Jackson's spokesman quickly denied the health claims of the star. The person said, "Mr. Jackson is in fine health and is actively engaged in negotiations for an upcoming concert tour and a television project." This statement was meant to put an end to the rumors going around about Jackson's health by highlighting his ongoing work obligations and good health. The spokesperson tried to reassure fans and the media that Jackson was still active and focused on his work by talking about his new projects. The statement was part of a larger plan to keep the star's good name and stop rumors that something bad was happening with him. The news that Michael had died came to us on June 25th. Not everyone was sad, but some of us were. Why did Michael's spokesman Brian Oxman try not to laugh when he told everyone that Michael had died on June 25? "Hey there, Harry. How are you? Today is a very sad day for me. It breaks my heart. What was it like when we got there and couldn't even talk? We just stood there crying and hugged. Our hearts were broken. I always said Michael Jackson would wake up dead one day, and now that day has come. The pain is terrible, and the sadness can be felt. We held on to each other, our sadness weighing on us. We knew that things would never be the same again. I knew this terrible thing was going to happen, and I couldn't keep quiet. The world lost someone when he died, not just us. His music, his personality, and his essence were all gone in an instant. We cried for the man we loved, the famous figure who made a difference in so many people's lives, the shining star who lived in such darkness. In the middle of our broken hearts, the hug we shared brought us comfort. Every drop of our tears showed how much we loved and how sad we were. The sudden death of Michael Jackson was a stark wake-up call that life is short and that silence has a price. As we grieve, I will raise my voice and tell the truth that needs to be heard, just as I warned. The LAPD stands for the Los Angeles Police Department. As they looked into Michael Jackson's death, the LAPD was desperately trying to find lost surveillance video from the King of Pop's home in Hollywood. The LAPD is desperately looking for the missing CCTV video that could help them figure out what happened in Michael's last moments. The hired house where MJ spent the last few months of his life was called The Mansion. It had a very complex and high-tech security system with hidden cameras in every hallway and hall. Making sense. At least one of the cams should have caught Jackson's last moments, but dozens of CCTV tapes from his home in Los Angeles have gone missing for no clear reason. People who are close to the case say that Jackson's death, which may have been murder, was caught on camera, but the video has not been found yet. Some security camera footage saved on computer hard drives also has breaks. Police were looking through computers that were taken from the house. At the moment, it looks like the truth is hidden in the rolls of a tape. That's the piece that's missing from the puzzle of MJ's death. That being said, why did someone delete all the police camera footage? Why did people try to keep the truth from you? That person made this movie when Michael died on June 25th, 2009. Ben Evans' Tad, who is Michael's private stalker, was with a group of reporters outside of Michael's house for many days. He set out to do. This was an attempt to keep track of Michael's life and the days he spent practicing, for this is it. On that terrible day, Evans' Tad tried to record inside the ambulance when it pulled up to the house. When you see this shadow, it's Michael Jackson standing inside the car. Wasn't he having a heart attack? How healthy was Michael in the video that Ben Evans took on June 25? we might now have a better idea of why the records were kept. As of June 25th, they were gone. He was healthy on June 25th and was healthy when he left the house. Ben Evans, Michael's secret photographer, caught an odd moment. Michael was sitting up in an ambulance when he was supposed to be lying down. This happened during what was meant to be a quick and private medical transport. Ben, who is known for always looking for unposed photos, took this telling picture, which makes Michael's already troubled life even more interesting. The picture makes people wonder what Michael's real state is and what happened during his ambulance ride. Did he really need medical care, or was there something else going on? The picture of Michael, which shows him awake and standing, is not what you would normally see of a person who needs immediate medical care. This sudden catch by Ben Evans has led to a lot of talk and rumors, and fans and the public are eager to know what happened. Michael's health and the truth of his medical situation are now being closely looked at. Ben Evans has once again shown how good he is at being in the right place at the right time. He turned a normal ambulance ride into something that made the news. Michael's body was moved from an ambulance to a chopper that same day so it could get to the hospital faster. But there is something that will catch your eye. Something strange happens in the helicopter while the body is being moved. Take a look at the white sheet that is over Michael's body. It's moving. There is no doubt that Michael Jackson wasn't dead. 2 days after Michael Jackson died, on June 27, 2009, Marlon and Randy Jackson show up in a car in front of his last home. The press and fans were all outside to meet and greet Michael Jackson. The mood wasn't so sad, but Jackson's brothers were there. In fact, we can see that the brothers are in a calm and happy mood as they laugh and smile. After a while, Marlon Jackson's head starts to move. He seemed to be talking to someone in the back seats behind him. That's not all, though. Take a look at the car driving off. Have you not seen anything? You can look at it again. Yes, that is Marlon. Yes, those are Marlon and Randy. What was that person in the back seat? People tried to hurt Dr. Murray after he was found guilty. So why did Jackson's bodyguards want to keep him safe? Why were there toy rabbits in the courtroom when Murray was being tried? Through the rabbit, which stands for faith, was Michael Jackson trying to tell us that he was still alive? Did Conrad Murray, the doctor known for killing Michael Jackson, say that you killed someone else instead of Michael? Murray talked on the Dr. Osh show about the day Michael died. He said that he left the room for about 25 minutes and came back to find someone else in the bed. Murray said he was dead, and the person I saw was not the same one. This suggests that the person who died was not Michael Jackson. Say you leave the room for an hour. I did that. I left his bed on Saturday at 11:25 a.m. How was he lying on the bed? Anyway, he was on the pillow when I left him last time. Oh, and he was in a different place when I got back. He was on the pillow, but not anymore. Getting closer to the edge of the bed, he had moved down. He was there. But it wasn't the same guy I saw. I saw a different person. I saw a different person. He seems to be slumped over. Is he breathing? I'm not sure. No. I did what every doctor does. I bring patient back to life. After hearing this, Michael's friends saw it as proof that he did not really die. The story says that a stunt double named Dimitri, who looked like Michael, was buried there. Dimitri, who was already very sick, is said to have helped Michael with his fake death plan and was buried instead of Michael. Why are there different accounts of how Michael Jackson was found lying down and breathing? Joe Jackson said that he went to sleep on the 24th and didn't wake up the next morning. Some reports say that he woke up on June 25th, went across the hall to Doc Murray's room, told him he wasn't feeling well, and then passed out. Other reports say that he was already in the doctor's room. It turns out that LaToya says Michael was found in Murray's room, not his own. It has also been said that Prince, Michael Jackson's son, was in the room and thought Daddy was playing while he was shaking on the floor, because he liked to play jokes on people. You already know that most of the pictures at Michael Jackson's memorial and funeral were from the movie Liberian Girl. Michael smiled and recorded everyone in the Liberian girl film from behind the camera. I'm not going to say more because I've already talked about this in other films. Katherine Jackson, Michael's mom, was seen buying camping gear at Target the day after her son died. In honor of his death, she also got her nails done. Jesse Jackson and Joe Jackson were seen laughing outside of the Jackson family home not long after Michael's death. Joe gave the media a thumbs up. However, I am not going to talk about why the family was joyful and amused at the funeral, because I talked about that enough in the last film. I'd like to talk about why the funeral took place in a studio with fake scenery. This could be the reason why pictures from the Liberian girl video were shown at the funeral and tribute. Michael Jackson may have wanted to make the world's best movie because he wanted to be a director. After seeing how rude the family was at the mourning service, everyone was looking forward to the funeral. For real, the wedding took place in a fake studio. This event, which added to the chain of proof, showed that Michael was still living. That thing that was there is easy to see. In the fixed background, you can see a stage light. Why did Michael write a book called Gotham Chopra? The pop star in this book is living even though everyone else thinks she is dead. Also, why did Gotham tweet this 15 days after Michael's death? Last night, I had the most interesting dinner with that guy who runs the world from behind the scenes. There's no doubt that this is a nod to Michael Jackson's Liberian Girl video, in which he runs everything from the background. You could say that Gotham Chopra meant that he had dinner with Michael last night. A tribute service for Michael was held on July 7th. It was full of pictures from the Liberian Girl video. Gotham's tweet 2 days later made it sound like he had dinner with Michael. The movie's producer, Kenny Ortega, was close with Michael Jackson for 2 years. 20 years. At the funeral, he also talked about Michael. He did make a big mistake, though. He said, "We were here. We were here not long ago, about 7 days. Michael was also with us. We were here. We were here. Michael was with us a little less than a week ago." He said this happened on July 7th, but Michael died on June 25th. There are 12 days in between. Even though it's been almost 2 weeks, Kenny's claim that they were here with Michael less than a week ago makes it sound like he was getting ready for the funeral with Michael. One for comparison. Consider Michael, a seemingly healthy individual. His robust health was evident, allowing him to participate in a television program. However, an unexpected turn occurred when he claimed to have suffered a heart attack, accompanied by additional bewildering details. Despite these assertions, his heart continued to function normally, indicative of his overall well-being. This narrative reflects the complexity of defining mistakes solely by their perceived magnitude. Michael's situation challenges conventional notions of error. While his claim of a heart attack and accompanying details may initially seem substantial, the revelation that his heart remained healthy introduces doubt. This incongruity invites scrutiny regarding the accuracy and significance of the purported mistake. The comparison between the perceived small mistake and the potential larger one underscores the need for discernment in assessing errors. It highlights the importance of context, evidence, and perspective in determining the true magnitude of a mistake. What may appear significant at first glance could unravel upon closer examination, revealing nuances that reshape its significance. In essence, the anecdote suggests that judgment regarding the size of a mistake requires careful consideration and a willingness to delve beneath surface appearances. By doing so, individuals can gain deeper insights into the nature of errors and develop more nuanced perspectives on their implications. But Michael wasn't with us before he got to the airport. What does that mean? It's been a while since you last saw him. A long time before he got to the hospital. Okay. Jermaine, doesn't this all seem like a mess? We can tell you're struggling with all these interviews, statements, and questions. It's clear you're not lying. Understanding this confusion is crucial. The timeline is unclear, and the emotional toll is evident. Jermaine, it appears you're overwhelmed, and that's perfectly understandable. It's not just the pressure of recounting events, but also the burden of grief and responsibility. Interviews and statements can be exhausting, especially when dealing with such a significant loss. The inconsistencies and unclear details don't imply dishonesty, but rather reflect the chaos and confusion of the moment. Memory can be a tricky thing, especially under stress. The core issue here is the timeline. Michael's movements before reaching the airport and eventually the hospital are critical. It's essential to piece together these details accurately, but it's also important to acknowledge the emotional strain involved. Jermaine, you're doing your best under incredibly difficult circumstances. This situation is indeed a mess, but it's not uncommon in such high-stress scenarios. The key is to take things step by step. Focus on the facts you do remember clearly. It's okay to admit uncertainty about some details. The truth will come out in time, and your honesty and effort will be recognized. Right now, it's important to take care of yourself amidst this whirlwind. In a 2010 interview on an Australian radio station, Jermaine Jackson opened up about the tragic death of his brother Michael Jackson and reflected on Michael's life leading up to his passing. Jermaine's emotional recollection revealed the profound impact Michael's loss had on their family and the world. Hospital. Oh, that does sound strange. On June 25th, following Michael's death, the LA airport experienced an unusual event. It was completely closed off, and there was only one plane present. This plane, shrouded in mystery, was a private aircraft that took off from the airport under unusual circumstances. The airport staff had been instructed to disregard the plane entirely, raising suspicions and intrigue about its purpose and destination. The airport's closure and the exclusive focus on this one plane suggest that something highly confidential was taking place. Jermaine Jackson's mistake on the radio adds another layer to this already puzzling scenario. Was it just a slip of the tongue, or did he unintentionally reveal a piece of a larger puzzle? The intrigue surrounding the private plane, coupled with Jermaine's comments, continues to captivate and baffle those who delve into the mysteries of that day. Sharing and liking our movie is essential. Your support helps us reach a wider audience, enabling more people to become aware of the issues we've uncovered. By spreading the word, you contribute to a greater understanding and awareness of these critical topics. The more people who see our film, the greater the impact it can have. Thank you for your engagement and interest in our work. We hope that this film, along with our extended video, inspires you to think critically about the information presented and to share it with others. Together, we can foster a more informed and thoughtful public discourse. You can click the thanks button if you want to help me make more movies. We'll see you next time. Stay with love and say goodbye. Yes, but there are lots of fun things going on. It's called This Is It, but this isn't it at all. A lot more is going to happen, but this is definitely it.